Shalom and welcome to Torah and Coffee. Today we're going to read the Torah portion for the week, which is found in Numbers 22, starting on verse 2, and we're going to Numbers 25, verse 9. The Haftarah is going to be written in Micah, starting in chapter 5, verse 6 through 6, verse 8. And the BeritHadasah is in 2 Peter 2, 1 through 22, which is the whole chapter. But instead of starting to read Numbers 22, 2, we're going to start at verse 1, where we left off last week. So, enjoy your coffee. And be blessed with the Torah reading. Numbers 22. The Israelites then marched on and encamped in the steppes of Moab across the Jordan from Jericho. Now the Torah portion starts. Verse 2. Balak, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. Moab was alarmed because the people were so numerous. Moab dreaded the Israelites. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, now this horde will lick clean all that is about us, as an ox licks up the grass of the field. Balak, son of Zippor, who was king of Moab at this time, sent messengers to Balaam, son of Beor of Pethor, which is by the Euphrates in the land of Kinsford, to invite him, saying, there is a people that come out of Egypt. It hides the earth from view, and it is settled next to me. Come then, put a curse upon this people for me, since they are too numerous for me. Perhaps I can thus defeat them and drive them out of this land. For I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and indeed, and he whom you curse is cursed. The elders of Moab and the elders of Midian, verse and divination, set out. They came to Balaam and gave him Balak's message. 8. He said to them, spend the night here, and I shall reply to you as Yah may instruct me. So the Moabites dignitaries stayed with Balaam. Yah came to Balaam and said, what do these people want of you? Balaam said to Yah, Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent me this message. Here is a people that came out of Egypt and hides the earth from view. Come now and curse them for me. Perhaps I can engage them in battle and drive them off. But Yah said to Balaam, do not go with them. You must not curse the people, for they are blessed. Balaam arose in the morning and said to Balak's dignitaries, go back to your own country, for Yah will not let me go with you. The Moabites, distinguished dignitaries, left, and they came to Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us. Then Balak sent other dignitaries, more numerous and distinguished than the first. They came to Balaam and said to him, thus says Balak, son of Zippor, please do not refuse to come to me. I will reward you richly, and I will do anything you ask of me. Only come and damn these people for me. Balaam replied to Balak's officials, though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not do anything but a little. contrary to the command of Yah, my God. So you too stay here overnight and let me find out what else Yah may say to me. 20. That night Yah came to Balaam and said to him, if these men have come to invite you, you may go with them. But whatever I command you, that you shall do. When he arose in the morning, Balaam saddled his ass and departed with the Moabite dignitaries. But Yah was incensed with his going, so an angel of Yah placed himself in his way as an adversary he was riding on as his she-ass, but with his servants alongside. 23. When the ass caught sight of the angel of Yah standing in the way with his drawn sword in the hand, the ass swerved from the road and went into the field, and Balaam beat the ass to turn her back onto the road. The angel of Yah then stationed himself in the lane between the vineyards with a fence on the other side. The ass, seeing the angel of Yah, pressed herself against the wall and squeezed Balaam's foot against the wall, so he beat her again. Once more the angel of Yah moved forward and stationed himself on the spot, so narrow that there was no room to swerve right or left. When the ass saw the angel of Yah, she lay down under Balaam, and Balaam was furious and beat the ass with his stick. Then Yah opened the ass's mouth, and she said to Balaam, what have I done to you that you have beaten me these 3 times? Balaam said to the ass, you have made a mockery of me. If I had a sword with me, I'd kill you. The ass said to Balaam, look, I am the ass that you have been riding all along until this day. Have I been in the habit of doing this for you? And he answered, no. Then Yah uncovered Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of Yah standing in the way, his drawn sword in his hand. Thereupon he bowed right down to the ground. The angel of Yah said to him, why have you beaten your ass these 3 times? It is I who came out as an adversary, for the errand is obnoxious to me. And when the ass saw me, she shied away because of me these 3 times. If she had not shied away from me, you are the one I should have killed while sparing her. 34. Balaam said to the angel of Yah, I erred because I did not know that you were standing in my way. If you still disapprove, I will turn back. But the angel of Yah said to Balaam, go with the men, but you must say nothing except what I tell you. So Balaam went on with Balak's dignitaries. 36. When Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the Ear Moab, which is on the Arnon border. It is the farthest point. Balak said to Balaam, when I first sent to invite you, why didn't you come to me? Am I really unable to reward you? But Balaam said to Balak, and now that I have come to you, I have the power to speak freely. I can utter only the word that Yah puts into my mouth. Balaam went to Balak, and they came to Kiriath Huzoth. Balak sacrificed oxen and sheep and had them served to Balaam and the dignitaries with him. In the morning, Balak took Balaam up to Bamoth-baal. From there, he could see a portion of the people. Chapter 23, verse 1. Balaam said to Balak, build me 7 altars here, and have 7 bulls and 7 rams ready here for me. Balak said to Balaam, directed, and Balak and Balaam offered up the bulls and rams on the altar. Then Balaam said to Balak, stay here beside your offerings while I am gone. Perhaps Yah will grant me a manifestation, and whatever he reveals to me, I will tell you. And he went off alone. Yah manifested himself to Balaam, who said to him, I have set up the 7 altars and offered up a bull and a ram on each altar. And Yah put a word in the Balaam's mouth and said, return to Balak and speak thus. So he returned to him and found him standing beside his offering, and all the Moabite dignitaries with him. He took up his theme and said, from Ammon hath Balak brought me, Moab's king, from the hills of the east. Come, curse me, Yaakov. Come, tell Israel, doom. How can I damn whom Yah has not damned? How doom when Yah has not doomed? As I see them from my mountaintop, gaze on them from the heights. There is a people that dwells apart, not reckoned among the nations. 10. Who can count the dust of Yaakov, number the dust cloud of Israel? May I die the death of the upright. May my fate be like theirs. Then Balak said to Balaam, what have you done to me? Have I brought you to damn my enemies, and instead you have blessed them? He replied, I can only repeat faithfully what Yah puts in my mouth. Then Balak said to him, come with me to another place from which you can see them. You will see only the portion of them. You will not see all of them, and damn them for me from there. With that, he took him to Seder Hosophim in the summit of Pisgah. He built 7 altars and offered a bull and ram on each altar. And Balaam said to Balak, stay here beside our offerings while I seek the manifestation yonder. Yah manifested himself to Balaam and put a word in his mouth, saying, return to Balak and speak thus. He went to him and found him standing beside the offerings, and the Moabite dignitaries with him. Balak asked him, what did Yah say? And he took up his theme and said, up, Balak, attend, give it unto me, son of Zippor. Yah is not man to be capturous or mortal to change his mind? Would he speak and not act, promise and not fulfill? 20. My message was to bless. When he blesses, I cannot reverse it. No harm in his sight to Jacob, no woe in view for Israel. Yah, their God, is with them, and their kings acclaim in their midst. Yah, who freed them from Egypt, is for them like the horns of a wild ox. Lo, there is no augury in Jacob, no divining in Israel. Jacob is told at once, yeah, Israel, what Yah has planned. Lo, a people that arise like a lion, leaps up like a king of beasts, rests not till it is feasted on prey, and drunk the blood of the slain. Thereupon Balak said to Balaam, don't curse them and don't bless them. In reply, Balaam said to Balak, but I told you, whatever Yah says, that I must do. Excuse me. 27. Then Balak said to Balaam, come now, I will take you to another place. Perhaps Yah will deem it right that you damn them from there. Balak took Balaam to the peak of Peor, which overlooks the wasteland. Balaam said to Balak, build me here 7 altars and have 7 bulls and 7 rams ready for me here. Balak did as Balaam said. He offered up a bull and a ram on each altar. 24, verse 1. Now Balaam, seeing that it pleased Yah to bless Israel, did not, as in previous occasions, go in search of omens, but turned his face toward the wilderness. As Balaam looked up and saw Israel encamped, tribe by tribe, the Spirit of Yah came upon him. Taking up his theme, he said, word of Balaam, son of Beor, word of the man whose eyes is true, word of him who hears Yah speak, who beholds visions from the Almighty, prostrate but with eyes unveiled. How fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. Oh, wow. How fair, verse 5, how fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. 6, like palm groves that stretched out, like gardens beside a river, like aloes planted by Yah, like cedars beside the water. Their boughs stripped with moisture, their roots have abundant water. The king shall arise above Agag. Their kingdom shall be exalted. Yah has freed them from Egypt. It is for them the horn of a wild ox. They shall devour enemy nations, crush their bones, and smash their arrows. They crouch, they lie down like a lion, like the king of beasts. Who dare rouse them? Blessed are they who bless you. Cursed they who curse you. And raised at Balaam, Balak struck his hands together. I called you, Balak, son to Balaam, to damn my enemies, and instead you have blessed them 3 times. back with you at once to your own place. I was going to reward you richly, but Yah has denied you the reward. Balaam replied to Balak, but I even told the messengers you sent to me. So Balak were to give me his house full of his silver and gold. I could not of my own accord do anything good or bad contrary to Yah's command. When Yah says that, I must say. And now, as I go back to my people, let me inform you of what these people will do to your people in days to come. 15. He took up his theme and said, word of Balaam, son of Beor, word of the man whose eyes is true, word of him who hears Yah's speech, who obtains knowledge from the Most High and beholds visions from the Almighty, prostrate but with eyes unveiled. What I see for them is not yet, what I behold will not be soon. A star rises from Jacob, a scepter comes forth from Israel. It smashes the bow of Moab, the foundation of all children of Shed. 18. Edom become a possession, Seir a possession of his enemies, but Israel is triumphant. A victory issues from Jacob to wipe out what is left of Ir. I saw Amalek and taken up this theme. He said, a leading nation is Amalek, but his fate is to perish forever. He saw the Kenites and taken up this theme. He said, though your abode is secure and your nest be set among cliffs, yet shall Cain be consumed when Assyria takes you captive. He took up his theme and said, alas, who can survive except Yah has willed it? Ships come from the capture of Kittim. They subject Assyria, subject Aba. They too shall perish forever. When Balaam set out on his journey back home, and Balak also went his way. Chapter 25, verse 1. When Israel was staying at Shittim, the people profaned themselves by whoring with the Moabite women, who invited the people to the sacrifices of their gods. The people partook of them and worshipped their God. Thus Israel attracted itself to Baal Peor, and Yah was incensed with Israel. Yah said to Moshe, take all the ringleaders and have them publicly impaled before Yah, so that Yah's wrath may turn away from Israel. So Moses said to the Israel officials, each of you slay those of his men who attached themselves to Baal Peor. Just then one of the Israelites came and brought a Midianite woman over to his companions in the sight of Moshe and of the whole Israelite community, who were weeping at the entrance of the tent of meeting. Then Pinah said to Eleazar, son of Aaron, the Cohen, Sardis, he left the assembly, and taking a spear in his hand, he followed the Israelites into the hamper and stabbed both of them, the Israelite and the woman, through the belly. Then the plague against the Israelites was checked. Those who died at the plague numbered 24,000. Let's turn to Micah, chapter 2. Okay, Micah chapter 2. I'm sorry, Micah 5, starting on verse 6. Oh, in case you're wondering what it says. Retired under new management. See spouse for details. So, if you want to know anything about me or what I'm going to do, ask the wife. She's the new manager. I'm retired. Micah chapter 5, starting on verse 6. The remnant of Yaakov shall be in the midst of the many people, like dew from Yah, like droplets on grass, which do not look to any man, nor place their hope in mortals. The remnant of Yaakov shall be among the nations, in the midst of the many peoples, like a lion among beasts of the field, like a fierce lion among flocks of sheep, which travels wherever it goes, and runs with none to devour. 8. Your hand shall prevail over my foes, and your enemies shall be cut down. In that day, declares Yah, I will destroy the horses in the midst and wreck your chariots. I will destroy the cities of your land and demolish all your fortresses. I will destroy the sorcery you practice, and you shall have no more soothsayers. I will destroy your idols and the sacred pillars in your midst, and no more shall you bow down to the work of your hands. I will tear down the sacred posts in the midst of your midst, and destroy your cities. In anger and with wrath, I wreak retribution on the nations that have not obeyed. I hear chapter 6. I hear what Yah is saying. Come, present my case before the mountains, and let the hills hear my pleading. Hear, you mountains, the case of Yah, you firm foundations of the earth. For Yah has a case against his people. He has a suit against Israel. My people, what wrong have I done to you? What hardship have I caused you? Testify against me. In fact, I brought you up from the land of Egypt. I redeemed you from the house of bondage. And I sent before you Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. My people, remember what Balak, king of Moab, plotted against you, and how Balaam, son of Beor, responded to him. Recall your passage from Shittim to Gilgal, and you will recognize the gracious acts of Yah. Verse 6, what shall I approach Yah, to homage to Yah on high? Shall I approach him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Would Yah be pleased with thousands of rams, with myriads of streams of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for my sin? He has told you, O man, what is good and what Yah requires of you, only to do justice and to love goodness and to walk mostly with your God. Let's conclude the reading of the Torah portion. Let's go to the BeritHadasah and read out of 2 Peter. Second Peter 2, starting on verse 1 to verse 22. 2 Peter 2, 1. But there also came to be false prophets among the people, as also among you there shall be false teachers, who shall securely bring in destruction heresies, and deny the Adon who brought them, bringing swift destruction on themselves. And many shall follow their destructive ways, because of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And indeed, with fabricated words, they shall use you for gain. From of old their judgment does not linger, and their destruction does not slumber. For if Yahweh did not spare the messengers who sinned, but sent them to Gehenna, and delivered them into the chains of darkness, to be kept for judgment, and did not spare the world of old, but preserved Noah, a proclaimer of righteousness, and 7 others, bringing in the flood in the world of the wicked, and having reduced the ashes of the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, condemned them to destruction, having made them an example to those who afterward would live wickedly, and rescued righteous Lot, who was oppressed with the indecent behavior of the lawless. For day after day the righteous man dwelling among them tortured his righteous being by seeing and hearing the lawless works. 9. Yahweh knows how to rescue the irreverent ones from trial, and to keep the unrighteous unto the day of judgment, to be punished, and most of all those walking after the flesh in filthy lust and depression of authority. Behold, headstrong, breaking evil of esteemed ones, whereas messengers who are gathered, who are greater than in strength and power, do not bring a slanderous accusation against them before the Adon. 12. But these, like natural unreasoning beasts, having been born to be caught and destroyed, blaspheme that which they do not know, yet be destroyed in their destruction, being about to receive the wages of the unrighteousness, deeming indulgence on this day of the pleasure, spots and blemishes revealing in their own deceptions, while they feast with you, having eyes filled with an adulteress, and unable to cease from sin, enticing unstable beings, having a heart trained in greed, children of a curse. 15. Having left the right way, they went astray. Having followed the way of Balaam, the son of Beor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness. But he was rebuked for his transgression. A dumb donkey, speaking with the voice of a man, restrained the madness of the navy. These are fountains without water, clouds driven by a storm, to whom the blackest darkness is kept forever. For speaking arrogant nonsense, to entice, brought the lust to the flesh, though increases the ones who have indeed escaped from those living in delusion. Promising them freedom through themselves, being slaves in corruption, for one is a slave to whatever overcomes him. For if, after they have escaped the defilement of the world, through the knowledge of our own and Savior Yeshua HaMashiach, they are again entangled in them and overcome, the latter end is worse for them than the first. For it would have been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than having known it, to turn from the Kodesh command delivered unto them. For them the proverb has proved true, a dog returns to his own vomit, and a washed sow to her rolling in the mud. Wow. I want to bring something out to you, okay? Malachi. Let's turn to Malachi, verse 6. It's in chapter 6. Hear what Yah is saying. Come, present my case before the mountains, and let the hills hear your pleading. Hear, you mountains, the case of Yah, you from foundation to the earth. For Yah has a case against his people. He has sued against Israel. My people, what wrong have I done to you? What hardship have I caused you? Testify against me. In fact, I brought you from the land of Egypt. I redeemed you from the house of bondage, and I sent before you Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. My people, remember what Balak, king of Moab, plotted against you, and how Balaam, son of Beor, responded to him. Recall your passage from Shittim to Gilgal, and you will recognize the gracious acts of Yah. With what shall I approach Yah to homage to Yah on high? Shall I approach him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Would Yah be pleased with 1,000 rams, with martyrs and streams of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for the fruit of my body for sin? He has told you, O man, what is good and what Yah requires of you. Only do justice and to love goodness and to walk mostly in your God. Here it says that he will talk to the mountains. Earlier it says in chapter 5, it says that he will call upon the earth. Now let's turn to Deuteronomy 30 and see what he says. Oh. Starting on verse 15. Well, you know that we dwelled in the land of Egypt. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong chapter. Here we go. Deuteronomy 13, starting on 15. See, I set before you this day life and prosperity, death and adversity. For I command you this day to love Yah, your God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, his laws, and his rules, that you may thrive and increase, and that Yah, your God, may bless you in the land that you are about to enter and possess. 17. But if your heart turns away and you have no heed, and are lured into the worship and service of other gods, I declare to you this day that you shall certainly perish. You shall not long endure on the soil that you are crossing the Jordan to enter and possess. Here we go. Remember in Micah chapter 6, God calls the mountains and the foundation as a witness to hear what he has to say and what we have to say. Here it is. I call heaven and earth to witness against you, meaning us, this day. I have put before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Choose life if you and your offspring would live. So, God calls upon the foundation of the earth and the mountains in Micah chapter 6. And right here in Deuteronomy 30, verse 17, he calls the heaven and the earth as a witness. How many witnesses did God say it takes? He said, let everything be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. So right here, he has 2 witnesses, the heaven and the earth, will testify against us someday. Will testify against you and me for not doing what God told us to do. Remember God's law. Father, thank you for the Torah portion. Thank you that you keep your destroyer from us if we walk with you, if we obey your commands. Not just the 10 commandments, but all your commands. We give you praise. We give you glory. And Lord, we ask that you shine upon our path, that we may not stumble. Lead us into your truth and righteousness, and fill us with your shalom. In Yeshua's name, amen. So next week, Torah and coffee, I wish you shalom.